Hey guys, Reese Field here. So what we're looking at here is a 220 Conibear. It is made by Duke Traps. Now this is a very dangerous trap, especially when it comes to water trapping, because you're reaching under the water. The mud is not making the water clear, or you're reaching under the ice or anything, and you touch that trigger and it snaps. Now that would not be a pretty sight if it snapped on your finger, because it'd probably break your wrist. This trap is very powerful, 220 pounds per square inch of pressure when it comes down. So yeah, if you got your hand in there, that would not be fun. And a lot of guys have done it too. It's not a fun experience. Thankfully, I have never. I've been blessed. I've been kept safe. But I hope it never happens. Now, just hoping won't get you anywhere, because someday it will happen. Trust me, trappers, you will get your finger stuck in a Conibear sometime in your trapping career. That's where this little tool right here comes in handy. Let me take it off here for you. All right. This is called the S-Hook tool. All right. Very, very cheap, very simple, very effective. It's $6. You can buy it at Gander Mountain, or you can buy it at trapping conventions for a lot cheaper. But this will save your wrist, or your hand, or your arm, especially when it comes to 330 Conibears. Let me show you what this does here. Basically, there's a hook on the end, and there's a spring, and then there's the slider. Now, what you do is you just set it over the frame. Set it over the frame of a trap like this, and you're good. Now basically what would happen is if you were to touch it without that on there, if you were to touch this trigger without that safety grip tool on there, is you would, the trap would fire, the dog would flip up, and the frame would come down on your wrist. Now, this tool has a spring on there, so it takes all the shock and it butts up against their frame, and it stops the springs from folding down. Let me show you what it does here. Notice that. See? Now if you take a look, that spring is all the way compressed. That's because that little tool just saved your wrist. If that tool is not there, this bar would have come down very hard on this bar with your hand stuck somewhere in the middle. See that? Touch the trigger. That bar would have slapped down, busted your wrist, and you would be in the ER. And you don't want to have that happen when you're out in the middle of a trap line and you're on your own. So buy this tool, guys, and save your wrist.